All right, it is me again, Mark, and I am really honored to be here in Austin, Texas again. I used to come here every month for business and growing my startup company. I love this area, and I love being here at the headquarters of ResiBrands. So it is an emerging family of brands. I'm actually here with the founder, Stephen Montgomery, and I came to their discovery day for one of their brands called That One Painter. And was very impressed. I'm going to talk about a little bit what I've noticed from that. Before I do that, Stephen, I love your story. You know, it is a very true, built from scratch, entrepreneurial, kind of a little bit of Rocky Balboa in there, and I love it. And tell me a little bit about what got you here to being the owner of this emerging franchise family of brands.
Yeah, I mean, about 12 years ago, I dropped out of college and started painting houses just because I didn't like working for other people. At that time, I had just gotten married. I think we only had like $12 in our bank account. And dropped out of college, decided I was going to start painting houses. I looked like this guy right here. I just thought he was able to move. But we call this Pat. He's our worst painter. But he does look nice. So anyways, so I started painting houses, eventually built it with several crews. We then set out the goal to become the biggest painting company in Texas. And then we found the franchise model was really the best model because it was about coaching and supporting other people, not just building a big team that only worked for me. And this is really about coaching and supporting franchise partners to get to partner in the business, which is a model that I really found a lot more purpose and passion in. And so kind of fell in love with franchising. Once we launched That One Painter, it grew really rapidly because people joined the system and did well. And happy franchisees is the best thing for us. And so we are obsessed with supporting them. And then we realized most of these systems that we use, or virtually all the systems that we use, worked for other home service brands. So we created a second brand with Garage Up, partnered with Pinks and brought them into the ResiBrands family, and now have 3 brands. And did all of that. We only started franchising That One Painter 2.5 years ago, and we're well over 200 units between our brands now. And it's been a crazy journey.
Yeah, it's an impressive story, and I was able to come to what they call Discovery Day. Brands will call it different things: Confirmation Day, Team Day, Discovery Day. But they've had a group of candidates of franchisees, potential franchisees they worked with over the last month, 2 months, 3 months, who were looking at investing, and they made it all the way to the final interview of being a franchisee, is what I call it. So they get to come experience the culture, get a breakdown of every department, how they're going to be supported, get to feel the support versus just seeing it over a Zoom call. And I've been to many of these. And one thing I've noticed about ResiBrands that kind of resonates is the team kind of spirit, the competitive team spirit here. If you're somebody that likes to win, you have that winner mentality, you like to compete, then this is a brand I would highly recommend. I came from that environment. In my background, I love it. You can feel the energy here, and I really appreciate that. Yeah. And that takes you a long way. The other thing I noticed is they have the most formal sales training out of any brand I've also been across, and there's been an opportunity to present to me. So they have very formal, good sales training. Everything starts with a sale, and that's what makes you profitable. But good back-end systems, really strong marketing knowledge and execution, support, people that know what they're talking about. So I didn't know anything about ResiBrands 4 months ago because they just entered our franchise portfolio. But I was able to meet Kristen at the IPG conference. She invited me here. They're so gracious to have me, treat me well, and just learning about it. I'm excited about it and so about the future. So speaking of, the culture and the future, ResiBrands, there's a lot of family brands. There's a lot of home services brands. There's many reasons why I love home services.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of other brands. So what is it about Resi that's important for candidates to know when they're evaluating maybe other brands and other industries or family brands? What is it about Resi that you think it makes you distinct? What is your special sauce? And what's the vision of Resi for the next 5 or 10 years? And what do you want to bring home to candidates?
Yeah. So Resi is for residential, right? So we want to be in the home service space. We want to have the happiest franchisees in the world in the home service space, which is traditionally kind of boring business. And we believe that Resi and our brands are making it fun, making it cool to be in home services, and offering an opportunity for a relatively low investment to build a multi-million-dollar business. And we've proven that many times now, that for low investment, you can, for a fraction of what it would cost to open up a restaurant, you can have the same revenue or much, much more in home services. And so we know that painting isn't necessarily the most sexy business to be in, but we brought a lot of fun to it. Same thing with window washing and the paint spraying. It's fun, it's cool, it's definitely built for the next generation of homeowners and business owners. And we really think that we are going to lead the way in that. But also, at the end of the day, one of the things I think that makes us very unique is that we're a boots on the ground organization up. So we don't think top down, we think bottom up. And so we think does the system that we develop work for the person who's doing the job every day? I don't care if the system works for me first. I want to know, does it work for the painter on the ladder, the guy who's washing windows or grinding an epoxy floor? Does it work for him? If this model works, if he's happy with the brand, if he's excited to go to work every day, if he wants to take care of the customer, then the franchisee is going to be, the customer is going to be happy. If the customer's happy, the franchisee's happy. If the franchisee's happy, I'm happy. And we really take that approach from bottom up. Right? I think that sometimes franchisors can drift from that and kind of be a top-down organization. We want to stay boots on the ground.
You know, one reason I really believe you why you're saying that is because you built it from the ground up.
I was the painter on the ladder.
You are the painter on the ladder.
I was the painter on the ladder.
You've seen this thing. You've dealt with every level,
yes.
Every fundamental element you had to deal with
yes.
face on.
Yes.
And that's special. And they're privately owned.
Yeah.
Okay, there's not private equity diluting and creating a lot of the private equity problems. So there's a lot of reasons to love this brand. And you know, if you're thinking about investing, you need to think about ResiBrands. Okay, so anyway, Stephen, thanks for having me
in
Austin.
Thank you.
And we'll be talking to you on the next video.